Okay, so I'm sitting here filming a totally different video, and normally I don't film too many videos in one day, but this is a palette emergency. So in today's kind of vlog style video, I need to clear out my small palettes. If you guys watched my makeup collection video or my beauty room tour, you may see where I keep my bigger palettes stored. It's in my IKEA unit, my PAX unit. I have a ton of my bigger palettes in there. I also have a drawer for Morphe palettes that don't fit in that drawer. And then I have a drawer over here that is full of small palettes, kind of like the size of this, maybe a little bigger and a little smaller. So it's getting beyond overwhelming. I don't have a lot of room for palettes, and so today I decided I'm gonna do a palette declutter, and I'm actually going to try to get rid of as many palettes as I can. I just don't have room to put new palettes into the drawer and get use out of everything. It's just getting a little bit overwhelming. So I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do with the palettes. I'm either going to give them to friends and family or donate them. I don't think anything in this drawer is expired, but if it is, I'm obviously going to throw it away. But don't judge me, you guys. It's because of what I do for work that it's so crazy. Nobody could ever go through all of this in their lifetime. All right, so I think this is the last you're going to see of my face. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an intro. Let's dive in. Bear with me, this is so crazy. So I mean, these Alex drawers can hold a lot, but this is to max capacity. Like, it's to the point where if I even put any more small palettes in here, the drawer might get stuck. I have a ton that I would like to put away, and they're all sitting all over my beauty room. So my hope for this declutter is to get rid of enough palettes to where everything I have can be put away, hopefully somewhat neatly. It's gonna be rough getting rid of these, but I will make sure they go to homes where they get used. I am going to have no choice but to make this a savage declutter, so I'm just going to give you a little disclaimer. This is nothing personal against any of these brands. I don't want to feel, wasteful. I feel like I need to do this for a reason. Nobody could really go through these in a lifetime, so I am going to just get rid of everything that I don't see myself using. What I'm going to do is start a stack of palettes that I am getting rid of and hope that that makes a little bit of a dent. I can tell you right off the bat that there are a lot that I will be keeping. I'm keeping all of the Huda Beauty palettes. I love the formula. I continuously go back into them to create colorful looks. And there are a few of like my all-time favorites hidden in here. So I'm going to get rid of this. This was a Laura Mercier Christmas gift. Okay, so let me pop this open so I can show you what it is. It is a double-sided kind of sliding product, and there is like blush and bronzer inside. I loved this. It was a Christmas gift from Laura Mercier, but I don't dip into it very often. This is a Blushing Goddess palette from Ella and Mila. I don't use this, so I'm going to declutter that as well. This is really pretty. I'm going to keep this just in case I want to do a drugstore tutorial, but I've got my use out of this one. This is the Katy Kat palette. I don't see myself using this again, so I'm going to get rid of this one. I am going to keep this. This looks like a bronzing book. This is a beauty book from Kevyn Aucoin. I love the concept, but again, the problem is with the chunky packaging. This is another like luxury product. This is hard to do with one hand. But it has bronzers. I feel like I can't get rid of this. I feel like it's too luxury. I might put this in a different area of my beauty room. Maybe I'll actually like stand it up on my vanity, or not my vanity, my unit over there. Maybe I'll like stand it up somewhere. I'm gonna be decluttering this Party Animal palette from Laura Lee Los Angeles. I just don't see myself dipping into it again. I got it in BOXYCHARM, and I did like the look that I came up with, but I just don't see myself going back for another one. Ooh, I got a lot of use out of this. This might actually be expired by now. This is, oh no, looking at that, I can't get rid of that. Like, it's beautiful. This is a little palette from Laura Mercier, and that middle shimmer shade is like a clay. It's such a weird consistency, but I just can't get rid of this. I'm going to declutter this Sigma Viper palette. I liked it. I used it for a few tutorials, but I just, again, don't see myself dipping into it again. This also doesn't belong in here. This is the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean highlighter palette. Doesn't belong in the palette drawer. This is a Violet Voss palette. Again, another BOXYCHARM palette. I am going to give this to someone who would get more use out of it. This is the Too Faced Tutti Frutti Pineapple palette. I'm also going to declutter this. Even though I love the packaging, I feel like I keep it because of the packaging. This is going to be a difficult declutter, but I'm going to declutter it. I'm keeping all of my little ColourPop palettes, so I think I have 3 of them over here. Keeping all of those. I'm going to keep my Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2. This is another that I kept because of packaging. This is from Winky Lux. I don't remember the name of this palette, but it's a mauve palette. I'm going to get rid of it. I got my use out of it. I feel like I'm not going to dip into it again. Same old story. This can go in a totally different drawer because it's pressed glitters from ColourPop. So I'm going to put it in with my customizable single shadows drawer. The fact that I have a drawer for that. I'm going to keep the ColourPop Through My Eyes palette. It's one of my all-time favorites. I'm also going to keep the Truly Madly Deeply. I love this for daily wear. Such a beautiful palette. I think I have reviews on both of these. I'm going to declutter this MAC Power Hungry palette. It was so exciting to get this in the mail, but I actually don't think I ever dipped into it. So I'm going to declutter that. Keeping all the Huda Beauties. What is this? Oh, this is Il Maquillage, I think. I still have not used this. Will I use it? Maybe. I think it's a fairly expensive brand. I might give this a shot before I let go of it. I'm going to get rid of any of these Tarte circular palettes, and for the most petty reason ever, I don't like the packaging. I don't like these round palettes. They drive me crazy. Not even gonna look at these. I don't use these for whatever reason. These are some Smashbox palettes. It sucks, but I just never ever really dip into them. I might have used them for the occasional Instagram video, but I'm just gonna let all of these go to my friends and family. I think I'm gonna keep this Too Faced Erica Jane palette. It might end up in a future declutter just because I haven't really dipped into it too much, but I do like the shades in here a lot, so I could see myself using it in the future if I just get around to it. I'm also going to keep this palette, the Pretty Rich palette from Too Faced. This is just a beautiful palette in general, and I love the bougie packaging. I have another palette here. I don't know why I thought this one was shattered. I guess it's not. This is from Lorac. I'm going to keep this just so I have some neons. This is the Neon Lights palette from Lorac. I'm going to keep this little neutral palette from Ofra. This is a BOXYCHARM palette. This is the Sassy Siennas from, what was it, Dose of Colors, I think? Yes, Dose of Colors. I'm going to keep this. And we have the Violet Voss Essentials. This was, again, another BOXYCHARM palette. I'm going to keep this one too. This is another neon palette from MAC. This is one of their artistry palettes. What was this called? Art Library. I'm going to keep this too. I'm obviously keeping the Mini Breaker from Jeffree Star. I loved this palette. I think this came in BOXYCHARM too. This is the Pure Festival palette. Loved this for the summer. Definitely keeping this. This one, you guys, was a hate. I don't hate products very often, but this one, whew, this was a bad one. Okay, so this was the Too Faced Palm Springs eyeshadow palette. Looks like it would be so beautiful, right? Well, for whatever reason, the brown, I went to go do like my signature brown smoky eye, and it flaked off. I don't even know how to explain how it just did not stick to my eye at all. Really ruined my whole vibe. So the quality of this is not there. So I'm going to get rid of this one, but I'm going to keep the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. This, honestly, this might have been another BOXYCHARM palette, but I really, really enjoy this just for like quick on-the-go looks. I'm going to keep the BH Cosmetics Daisy Marquez palette. I think it's super unique. The packaging is quite bulky, but it's okay because it's really cool packaging. And if I travel, I like to take this because this mirror, I'm sure you guys have seen, but the mirror stands up like a little vanity. It's such a little gem. I love it. I'm going to get rid of the Kevyn Aucoin Prismatic Highlighting Palette. It's like a duochrome highlighter palette. I have another Too Faced eyeshadow palette. This is the berry one. I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to get rid of this. I haven't been using it. This is the Urban Decay Back Talk palette. I'm getting rid of this because it's so bulky. It's like one of those double-ended palettes with blush on one side and eyeshadow on the other side. I just can't with the packaging. I'm sorry. This was my first high-end palette, which is the only reason I still have it is because of nostalgia. It is a Makeup Forever Artist Volume 1, I think. And, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it. It was like my first really expensive eyeshadow palette that I bought myself, so I just can't let go. I have the BH Cosmetics Deluxe Edition Carly Bible palette. I'm keeping this because I think I already decluttered the small one. I'm going to keep this Persona Cosmetics palette. It's the only palette I have from them, so I want to keep it in my collection. And then we have one more, and it is the Semi Precious palette from ColourPop, and I will be keeping it. So that was it. I'm going to do a little organizing here. I need to put those face palettes away, and we have a fairly decent declutter pile, so I will regroup with you guys in a few minutes. So this is the final stack of eyeshadow palettes. I ended up getting rid of a few more that I found in my collection as I was transferring palettes over from my unit, but we were pretty successful, I would say. There's a little bit more room in here for future palettes. I put all of my Nude Obsessions palettes in here that were over in the unit, a few more BOXYCHARM palettes that I had, as well as some that were in the wrong drawers, and I put away my blush palettes. So this is the first of many declutters that I need to do because pretty much every area of my beauty room is chaos. But this is a fairly decent amount of palettes. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I can total it up for you guys, but I'd rather not feel worse about getting rid of things than I need to. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick little palette declutter, and if you do like declutters, please give this video a thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future, and hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!